Alright everyone, this is just going to be a little bit of a talking video and a video to help you modify Hearts of Iron 4. Now, this is going to be very simple. This does not require any mods, anything else, but this will change the core value of your games. So, if you look up here, you're going to go into your Steam directory, Steam apps, your common file, Hearts of Iron 4, common, defines, and you're going to want to select this copy right here. Now, I highly recommend you make a backup copy of this because this will change all the base modifiers of the game. So I have this as a backup right here, and now we are going to open this, which I already have open for you guys. Now, these are some very simple modifications you can do in this file. First thing I like to do is to completely remove the resistance for enemy, or I should say for territories you conquered. So what you can do is you're going to look for let me see, resistance, resistance. Okay, let me see. Okay, these are going to be the two main modifiers right here. You want to set to 0. Resistance strength from VP. So if you set this to 0 and resistance strength from neighbors 0 and 0. Now what this does is basically it modifies the game to say that any zones you conquer or take over will not have any resistance being added to them. So with that being said, resistance decay with no growth, basically every day that goes by in the game now, because there is no resistance being added to that zone, there's going to be no resistance growth. So your resistance in that zone is going to start decaying by 0.005 per day until it eventually hits 0, which is pretty good. So that basically removes any resistance from any zones you conquer in the game. Next thing I like modifying is going to be the command power in the game. Let me show you where these are. Give me a second. I gotta find the right command power. Alright, right here. You are going to search base max command power. Now, this starts out, I believe this caps out at 100, but what I like doing is I like giving myself more of an edge for the game, so I bump it up to 2000, and this will basically allow you now to accumulate a max command power of 2000 within the game. Alright, after that, I like to do this. Let's go to factories. Now, any and all factories in your game, right here, base factory speed. You're going to get base factory speed. This is going to be your civilian factories right here, which is going to be whatever it's set to. I like to kind of pump mine up so everything's basically super production. I have civilian factories outputting at a 20 multiplier. I have military factories outputting at a 15 multiplier, and I have Navy factories outputting at a 15 multiplier. Now, you can kind of set these to whatever you want. Now, also be warned that if you modify these, it is not only going to boost you, but it's going to boost every single computer player too. So if you're playing on your own versus the entire world and you modify these values as, let's say, Germany, you're going to get a boost to this right out the gate. But so is everybody else you're playing against. So suddenly France, Russia, the UK, hell, even some of the littler zones like Hungary and some of the Yugoslavia and all those other ones, they're also going to get this bonus. So that means faster equipment they produce, faster buildings they produce, faster repairs, everything. Next thing I like to do is experience values. Alright, here we go. This is Army experience, Navy experience, and Air experience. These experience values are what dictates what you get for training and combat and all that other stuff. This lets you upgrade units. This lets you build more ships and design ships. Lets you redo unit configurations faster, redo design templates, and by having such a high value, it basically means that you can stockpile all your experience and not have to worry about capping out after like 100, 200, or 500, or whatever the default values are. And let me think, I believe that is all I really modified in the game per se. Let me see. Oh, one last thing. Manpower. This is the big one. Everybody asks, how do we get more manpower in the game by modifying it? So, let me find the right one. And I'll show you which line it is. Now, this is just for overall manpower. This is not for like increased daily manpower or any of that lovely stuff. This is just your overall increased manpower through both your main zone and all your secondary zones and annex zones. Hang on, I'm still looking for the values. Don't use any of these yet. It's okay, here we go. Found it. This is the value you want to look for right here. Local manpower accessible non-core faction. Whatever this default value is, you can bump up. Now, be warned too, this increases your manpower and your allies and your enemies' manpower too. This is going to be your core, your non-core manpower. I boosted this to a 1 and the max non-core manpower factor to a 3.0. Now, with this, I can easily field a 100 million man army if I wanted to. Now, based on your computer, your game may start lagging a little bit if you get that many units out on the field, but if you put these two values in just like this, by the time if you play as the Germans and if you've taken Poland and a few other zones, you basically never will run out of manpower for the most part. I mean, there might be some instances where you got to bump up your actual, your local faction recruitments to a higher manpower. But the second you bump that up to, I think it's either like 5 or 10% recruitment, or wartime recruitment or something, you will have easily 100 million to 200 million free manpower at any given time when you're playing the game towards like early to mid game. So that is just a quick tutorial for you guys on how to actually modify Hearts of Iron 4 without using any mods whatsoever. This modifies the core game files, so all you have to do is look for the ones I listed, change them to your heart's desire, and you can basically change Hearts of Iron 4 into a custom playthrough to whatever style you want to play as. Thank you for watching, and if you like this content and if you found this useful, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel, and I will provide some more helpful tips and other gameplay footages for you in the near future. Thank you and have a good day.